Another security scare at a Jehovah's Witness Kingdom Hall is rattling nerves in University Heights.
For the fourth time now in less than a month, police responded to the hall in the 2000 block of Adams Avenue. In December, two separate arson attacks caused thousands of dollars in damage. A third attempted arson happened just last week, and Monday night, a 24-hour watch guard reported seeing a suspicious person get off a bus and then disappear into an alley. Officers were called. They didn't find any sign of an intruder, but neighbors say they're unnerved about this recent crime spree in their community.
I think it's crazy.
It's just really sad.
An overnight fire got at a place of worship in Aurora.
That fire at the Jehovah's Witness Kingdom Hall at Yale and Truckee was spotted after 2 this morning. CBS 4's Howard Nathan joins us live tonight. And Howard, what are investigators saying about the possible cause?
Karen, late this afternoon I heard from Aurora Fire, and they think maybe late next week or sometime next week they may have a cause behind this fire. Behind me you can see members of this Kingdom Hall. They're gathering here tonight to put up a security fence, and then they will assess what to do then.
A reward now being offered for an arsonist who targeted a local religious building. Authorities say the Jehovah's Witnesses Kingdom Hall in University Heights has been the target of 3 arson attacks in the last 2 weeks, with the first 2 fires causing considerable damage. Early this morning, crews responded to a third call of a break-in at the hall and found matches and gasoline inside the building, but this time, no fire.
Well, Lori, officially those investigators are listing the cause of this fire as under investigation. But when you consider the recent history across this county, everyone here believes this too will turn out to be another arson. And while the fire was destroyed, the faith of the members remains strong.
That is just so terrible. I just can't believe anybody would do this.
It's like a recurring nightmare for Jehovah's Witness Diane Martinez.
I said, oh no, not again, but this one looks horrible.
Olympia.
I got about a mile out within 30 seconds, called out heavy smoke visible from a mile out. I got here within less than a minute, called out a working fire. There was people here coming for church, and then they got to the building, they noticed that the doors and the windows were black, and then they started noticing smoke pouring out from that area, so they called 911. I got here, I had heavy fire coming from the eave of the carport area and the eave of the structure on the front and the right side of the structure. And at that immediate time, I called for a second alarm assignment and started a tanker shuttle, because in this area here, we don't have a lot of hydrant usage.
Yeah, Stephen Joyce. So what we've learned in here in just the last few minutes is that firefighters on scene tell us that this is the same Jehovah's Witness location that caught fire a few months ago back in March. I'll step out of the way so you can see right now. We are here on 22nd Avenue and Kane Road here in Olympia. We're still waiting for an official update from authorities about how this particular fire started, but what we do know is that crews got a call around 3 a.m. about a fire here. The roof, as you can see, has collapsed. They had a ladder truck out here getting some of the hot spots out. Now there's just the smoke that you can see there. But as I mentioned before, this is actually the same Kingdom Hall that a suspect set fire to back in March. That suspect
to the mystery over who could be targeting Jehovah's Witnesses in Washington state. A fire at a house of worship destroyed days ago is being called arson.
An earlier series of attacks are already being investigated as hate crimes. ABC's Ariel Reshef is here with more. Good morning, Ariel.
Good morning to you guys. Authorities are investigating nearly half a dozen incidents where the religious group has been targeted. The sheriff calling these attacks, as you said, hate crimes.
This morning, Washington state investigators calling this shattering inferno at a Jehovah's Witness Kingdom Hall a case of arson.
More or less, they're terrified of why are they being targeted.
We had some folks that had gone to the Kingdom Hall down the road here earlier this morning, and when they were leaving, they had found some smoke coming from the area. They looked and found that there had actually been some fire logs, like Presto type starter logs, had been set up against the building and lit on fire. Further investigation, once our folks got here in the fire department, we found that there was another package that was left near the building. It looked kind of suspicious. So this time we've called the WSP bomb squad along with.
Shot up a Jehovah's Witness Kingdom Hall in Yelm. Photos from the Thurston County Sheriff's Office show several bullet holes that pierced the building on Vale Road Southeast after someone opened fire on it last week. Now, thankfully, no one was inside at the time. As you can see, many of the bullets flew right through the spots people sit for service, straight through an office chair, shattering the glass windows.
It could have been tragic. If anybody would have been in that hall at the time when the shootings occurred, someone could have been killed or definitely shot. It was approximately about 3 in the morning, so fortunately nobody was there. You know, there still could have been someone in there sleeping or doing maintenance or something, but that was not the case. But if there had been someone in there, someone would have been hurt or killed.
A man who opened fire at a Lowell Kingdom Hall is going to prison for more than 30 years. Today, a judge sentenced Robert Riley Gonzalez to 31 years and 10 months behind bars for killing Ken Mort and for taking 4 hostages last May. Tonight, we're learning more about what may have fueled the gunfire. KVAL's Molly Blancett reports.
Tense moments at the Lane County Courthouse Thursday morning. Friends and family of Kenneth Mort and Robert Gonzalez in one place, waiting to learn the fate of Gonzalez, who killed Mort in a place of worship.
A San Diego man is getting more than $13 million from the head of the Jehovah's Witness Church in New York for being sexually abused as a child. Fox 5's Alina Bovian joins us from the newsroom with more on the victim who is speaking out for about his abuse for the first time. Alina.
A husband and wife and their 2 young children were found dead in their home in Irmo, South Carolina on Wednesday after what homicide investigators have called an apparent murder-suicide. Police believe 28-year-old Kia Miller, along with their 3-year-old son Kyla and daughter Sarai, who was barely a year old, were executed with shots to the upper body by family patriarch and devout Jehovah's Witness Shedrick Byron Miller before he turned the gun on himself. The hellish scene was uncovered after the man's mother, who had not heard from her son in several days, went to their home in the Riverwalk neighborhood around 10 a.m. to investigate. There she discovered the bodies and called police.
This video is raising more questions about a murder-suicide involving a wife, her husband, and their 2 adult children. Was the way a church treated the wife a contributing factor to her killing her family and then herself? Well, this new video posted online shows a woman blaming the church for the tragedy before she was escorted out. The Now Detroit's Jim Kirchner is live in Keego Harbor right now with a closer look at that video. Jim, what have you learned?
Carolyn, police sources are telling me this mother left a long suicide note. In it, she said she was ashamed, but the full details are not being made public. Was this family shunned by the Jehovah's Witnesses? Take another look at what happened inside a church here yesterday.
5 years ago, all of you pulled your support from this small family. From this small family. Please get down. And you all do not touch me. Do not touch me.
The video posting says this was recorded yesterday at the Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses in nearby Union Lake.
And you turned them away and you shunned them. For what? because they wanted to raise their children as they saw fit.
That woman was escorted out. We've not been able to contact her. It was Friday that police found the family of 4 dead, all with gunshot wounds to the head. Bethany Stewart, a 24-year-old daughter. Stephen, a 27-year-old son. Daniel, the husband, 47, who worked at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. And the wife, Lauren, who police said killed her family, then turned the gun on herself. It was recovered inside the house.
Yeah, guys, we just arrived just a few minutes ago. We are about to receive a briefing, actually. I just spoke about 5 seconds ago with one of the fire officials here, and I do want to try and get that briefing during this live report. So here's what I can tell you at this point. First of all, if Doug Dillon, our photojournalist, can zoom in behind us, this is a total loss. This is one of the latest attacks in Thurston County on Kingdom's Hall. There's been several in the last few months, and this one happening in just the last couple of hours. I believe we have a microphone on right now and a fire official with the Lacey Fire District joining us right now. Sir, if you would tell us a little bit about what you responded to this morning, what you can tell us at this point.
So we got dispatched at 3:45 this morning to a commercial structure fire, and crews arrived, and there was flames through the roof. Law enforcement was here just ahead of us, and unfortunately from the get-go we weren't able to put anybody inside and try to extinguish interior, so kept everybody out, and I've just been kind of working on extinguishment so far, working with law enforcement. We got federal agencies on scene to help with start the investigation process, and we're just kind of moving forward with that.
Anything that you can see initially, obviously given the string of attacks here on Kingdom Halls in recent months, suspicious? It is suspicious, I would imagine.
Well, it's been here for a long time. It's been part of our lives for a long time, so naturally that would be devastating for them.
At 3:45 a.m. came the news the Jehovah's Witnesses didn't want to receive. Their Kingdom Hall in Lacey is up in flames. As soon as the 911 call came in, fire crews and deputies feared this is just the latest in a string of arsons against several of these churches in Thurston County. As day broke, you could see the destruction. You could feel the frustration building up in the sheriff.
It makes you feel really ill about somebody who has some sort of animosity towards any religion, yet alone a Jehovah's Witness of Kingdom Hall.